Good afternoon, everybody. So my name's Claire Tymon, and I've very recently been acting as Executive Director for Future Everything, which is an organisation based in Manchester and works across the UK and internationally. I have been attempting to complete a PhD for the past 4 or 5 years. So I've actually taken the break to stop working at Future Everything to try and finish my research. So for the past 20 years, I've been working at the intersection of art, place, community, and social change. My practice started as an administrator many years ago for the Irwell Sculpture Trail, which was a sculpture trail that runs through Salford, Manchester into Lancashire. And it was amazing job opportunity at the start of my career. I have since worked as a community engagement manager for a large housing regeneration programme, curated gallery spaces, consulted and self-initiated projects, strategies, methodologies and tools to help bring people together to have conversations and co-design ideas around place. This image shows choreographer Ruth Jones performing on a derelict site where there was initially some large-scale housing that had been demolished as part of an artist residency programme called Scratch the Surface, quite a long time ago now. So why am I explaining my previous experience to you, and how is it relevant to today's topic? As part of my PhD research, I've recently undertook a mapping exercise, mapping the journey of my career, my projects, and to identify common themes and lines of inquiry throughout my 20-year practice. A couple of themes have emerged and interconnect throughout the relationships I've developed, the projects I'm most proud of, and the approach that I take, which occurs around the notion of connection. It's a reoccurring theme that keeps coming up. How to connect to what is already available, what's around, who is there, and where the opportunities lie. I'm also really passionate about empowering the local creative community as enablers to make change happen, which is why I'm really keen to tell you about a project that I initiated in Blackburn in 2012. Blackburn, for those of you who may not be aware, I'm sure you are, is a town situated in Lancashire. It's a post-industrial town and was named one of the crap towns in the infamous blog, which then turned into a book series, and was also classed as a clone town by the New Economic Foundation. So working with my now good friend and colleague Wayne Hemingway, who was originally from Blackburn, we took the idea of what Blackburn had, as I mentioned before, which was empty shops in prime locations, an open-minded council, underused evocative buildings, a strong industrial heritage and successful diaspora. To embrace these assets at the start to help transform the town, where people can come together to test their ideas, demonstrate their talents, and try and create life beyond 5 o'clock in the evening. There was no nighttime economy, no hotels, shops were starting to shut down. And so we created Blackburn is Open. Blackburn is Open was a campaign that was used to empower the local creative community to come forward with ideas. We created ways in which to celebrate the talent in Blackburn across other areas of the Northwest. So we created these magazines and actually distributed them to areas in Liverpool, Manchester and Preston to showcase the talent that was in the town. We set up an urban room. I could do a whole presentation on urban room. If you're not familiar, Google it, and there's an urban room network, which is basically a place where people can come together to discuss ideas around the built environment. So through this creative community campaign and various other initiatives, the town started to get some really good press coverage, and the identity and perception of the town really started to improve. So no longer was it a crap town or a clone town, but it was a town becoming known for its individuality and brilliant talent. A project that I'm particularly proud of is one called Maker Sheds, which is one I initiated and was launched at the National Festival of Making, another project that came out of the Blackburn is Open campaign. It was essentially a student competition for architecture students to develop ideas for makers to set up in the town, and these were the winning designs. A very recent project, I'm running out of time, that I've been involved in. So this was 2 years in the making, Future Everything. There's a whole case study on the Future Everything website. My colleague Chris is here today, where we engaged young people across 5 towns in Greater Manchester to develop an online placemaking tool. So I encourage you to go and have a look at that. It's called thisplaceofmine.com, I think, or co.uk. And then this is a recent project that I'm currently doing in my hometown of Glossop. So, and I've got 20 seconds left. I'm going to skip these. Yeah, I'll leave it there, but please get in touch if you want more information.